till the time when you stop sharing with
I got it.
flow, and from there I will start.
Now, should we play this later or?
No, you will start with the loop, right? I mean, you will start with, you start with this only.
This one I'll play it then.
Till the time when you stop sharing with
I got it.
flow, and from there. Okay, this is done. 1 minute. Let me just. Okay, I'm ready whenever you are ready. Okay, perfect. So we can stop. Do you want me to remove? I will be back in few seconds. You can remove the, what is it called? You can disable the room and let anybody come in. I'm just coming.
Myself in this public speaking skills and speak like a leader. I was myself in this public speaking skills and speak like a leader. I was for the right place, and then I was very happy to know that Kiran has started something called as leadership card with another 3 amazing leaders.
Training started with a SWOT analysis on our own strength, weakness, opportunities and threat areas.
This particular course broken into 4 main crucial topics. First week was about the communication.
To grow your business as well as your personal brand.
The second week, time management.
Prioritizing the time by the 4 step urgency versus important quadrant.
Third week was about change management.
Change is important.
Where we had to explain Porter's 8-step model.
Last week was about conflict management.
I can very easily and confidently share my ideas and thoughts in front of my authority.
One of the important takeaway from this, the conflict management.
Leadership card, third mindset, relationship building.
A rich and diverse background of all 4 mentors is enriching.
Special highlight of this program is the last week get together as a team and work on a single project.
The important advantage from the leadership card, the personal interaction.
Best part about the program was they inspired us to take action.
Great session on how to make a vision board.
I highly recommend this course to the professionals of middle, junior and senior management.
In this public speaking skills and speak like a leader. I was searching for the right place, and then I was very happy to know that Kiran has started something called as leadership card with another 3 amazing leaders.
Training started with a SWOT analysis on our own strength, weakness, opportunities and threat areas.
This particular course was broken into 4 main crucial topics. First week was about the communication.
To grow your business as well as your personal brand.
The second week, time management.
Prioritizing the time by the 4 step urgency versus important quadrant.
Third week was about change management.
Why change is important.
Where we had to explain Porter's 8-step model.
Last week was about conflict management.
I can very easily and confidently share my ideas and thoughts in front of my authority.
One of the important takeaway from this, the conflict management.
Leadership card, third mindset, relationship building.
A rich and diverse background of all 4 mentors is enriching.
Special highlight of this program is the last week get together as a team and work on a single project.
The important advantage from the leadership card, the personal interaction.
Best part about the program was they inspired us to take action.
Great session on how to make a vision board.
I highly recommend this course to the professionals of middle, junior, and senior management.
Morning, Avinash.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, Kiran. Good morning.
Hi, good morning. Would you be able to show us your face? We would
Yeah,
love.
sure.
Hi, Avinash.
Hi.
Good to see you. Where are you joining us from today?
Yeah, I'm actually joining from the location specific. If it is Bangalore, I work for a company called Michael and Limited.
Okay.
Ram is, Ram is one of my mentors. So.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. That's great. So this is going to be amazing. We'll just wait for another 5-6 minutes and then we will start on the journey.
Anytime.
Right?
No worries. I'll be on mute anytime.
No, it's okay. Ram, do you want to show the loop or do you want to, what do we want to do?
Yeah, that's fine. Thanks, Avinash, for joining in. I know they wanted to join last week itself because of some priorities you could not join.
Yes, sir. I was
So
traveling for some personal emergency, so I could not join last week.
Wonderful. So you say you're from Bangalore. That's Ram City. So both of you from the same city.
We work together in Wipro.
Oh, you work together in Wipro.
Yeah.
Wonderful. It's so good to actually meet people who you've worked with long back and now reconnecting through different channels. It's actually really, really interesting. The other day I had this amazing conversation where Ashish was having a meeting Sombit and they had started their journey. One of this was our leadership talks interviews that it's being posted today. So maybe I'll ask Ram to share it with you. And they had started their journey together in way back in 98 or something. And then how that whole, people have moved away in Siemens in 98, something like that. And then how they moved away, but now coming back onto that whole platform together and sharing the journey. So that was really interesting. So it's good to always get back and meet people.
Yeah.
So how's the weather in down under in Bangalore?
Yeah, it's actually morning hours are cold and maybe after 11ish it becomes hot till 3:34, and evenings are again it goes back to cold. So very pleasant in the evening. And
I must agree. I was actually quite shocked, Ram, when I had come to Bangalore. The evenings was so chilly actually that it was quite it felt what do you call it felt good actually. Especially from other places. I studied in Bombay, and that was always that had a different weather. I'm Avinash. I'm joining you from Malaysia. I'm Kiran, and Ram's my partner, and we've started this journey together. And we have this company called Leadership Card. So welcome aboard, and thank you for spending your Sunday morning with us.
Yeah, pleasure. It's all my pleasure.
I am surprised we don't have many people, maybe Sunday commitments and stuff like that are keeping people away from this very engaging, enlightening session, but we'll just wait a few more minutes. And
Sure.
Because so Avinash, what exactly do you do?
So I work for a company called Michael and Limited, where I head facilities and other support services like travel, transport, and then the facilities related infra projects. And it's a small scale company in the sense I say 4,500 5,000 people company. So here we don't have a different verticals like MNCs do have, like your different verticals in FMG itself, like hospitality separate, travel separate, transport separate. So it's we don't have a verticals like that. So it's all comes under one team where we don't call admin or anything. We call it as either facilitators or support services. Where any services to the employee apart from IT, it all comes under us.
Okay. Nice.
Travel, transport, administration, support, or your facilities. when you build when you have to build a new office, starting from finding out the place, marketplace, and then building that place into a work area, which includes complete project management. All this comes under us.
Nice. And yeah, Ram's always obviously into this facilities management, and he's been getting a lot of people
Correct.
from facilities to be joining our webinar. So thanks, Ram. That's like obviously good. And the question is, it doesn't. The programs have been designed in such a in a way that we are able to cater to people. It doesn't matter from which discipline or field do they come from, because the conversations are generic but also very action oriented, and it can be immediately implemented. Hi Renuka, thank you for joining.
Renuka is also from Bangalore. I know her very well.
Hi, Kiran.
Hi, Renuka. Would love to see everybody's with cameras on. We are here to have fun. So let's just at least Sunday morning spend together and say hello. And I have my team here, so we can do a cheers before we start. Shrikant, could we get those cameras on? Can we see who the team is? Then we can start our Sunday morning together.
Kiran, I'm sorry, I did inform
you won't be able to.
I will not be able to, because I'm in a family function.
No worries. That's okay. The fact is, you're still here logging into this whole thing with us is good enough. So, Renuka, you're joining us from Bangalore too, is it?
Yes.
Okay. What about Shrikant? I want to say good morning, Shrikant. Good morning. Yes, where are you joining us from? Hi. Is it Saroj? Hi, Saroj. Hi, we're finally meeting. My goodness, you're joining us from what, Sydney or Melbourne?
Melbourne.
Oh, lovely. You're back home? That's good. Lovely to see you. Very nice. Finally, we have actually, you decided to come in for one of my sessions. Thanks. Okay.
Yes.
Thank you. Okay. Thanks, Shrikant, Hyderabad. Lovely. Let's start.
Hey, thank you all for joining, and we will just a minute and a half video.
I want to improve myself in this public speaking skills and speak like a leader. I was searching for the right place, and then I was very happy to know that Kiran has started something called as Leadership Card with another 3 amazing leaders.
Training started with the SWOT analysis on our own strength, weakness, opportunities and threat areas.
This particular course was broken into 4 main crucial topics. First week was about the communication.
To grow your business as well as your personal brand.
Second week, time management.
Prioritizing the time by the 4-step urgency versus important quadrant.
Third week was about change management.
Why change is important.
Where we had to explain Porter's 8-step model.
Last week was about conflict management.
I can very easily and confidently share my ideas and thoughts in front of my authority.
One of the important takeaway from this, the conflict management.
Leadership card, third mindset, relationship building.
A rich and diverse background of all 4 mentors is enriching.
Special highlight of this program is the last week get together as a team and work on a single project.
The important advantage from the leadership card, the personal interaction.
Best part about the program was they inspired us to take action.
Great session on how to make a vision board.
I highly recommend this course to the professionals of middle, junior and senior management.
One minute. So very good morning to all of you joining on a Sunday morning to be here on the Personal Transformation Masterclass. So I'll quickly run through what is this. What you saw, the video was our earlier batches, the people who attended our program. How did they find useful from their part of it? All these videos we just collated and put it together, some glimpses of their feedback. How do they felt? So card team, consists of 4 people. As you see, Kiran, Ashish Datta, myself, and Devesh Mohan comes with cumulative experience of 100 plus years from the corporate, from the diverse different fields, because each one bring different kind of an experience. As you see, Kiran comes from the educator background from the university and course curriculum development. Another thing, Ashish comes from the operations. He's the CFO of an organization, and Devesh comes from the sales and marketing kind of a background. And I come from the corporate real estate facilities as a transformation coach. Worked in this is what we worked in the bring in the global work experience. All of us worked in the global corporates and bring in that experience. So just to give you an explain you what is that card principle. We work on this card principle. That is, first is you need to acquire that knowledge, which is an important thing. We go about acquiring the knowledge. After acquiring the knowledge, what you do? We all acquire knowledge to accomplish certain things. We need to use that knowledge working on how do we accomplish that. So as Jackwell says, before you are a leader, it's all about growing yourself. Once you become a leader, it becomes the responsibility to grow others. That is where you start reflecting yourself, and how whatever you learn, how do you reflect that? That is going to be cascading down to the entire your team, and with that you develop your team. The card principle is that you acquire knowledge, accomplish, reflect that in your work. So by seeing that your entire team, that fragrances of your leadership is spread across your team, and you develop many more leaders. That is where we are here. We wanted to develop leaders. Those can develop further those leaders in their organizations and other places as well, so that we have at the end of it have quality leaders leading organization, leading businesses, and helping others. That is what ultimately we are looking at it. Now, let me introduce my first speaker, my partner, Kirandeep Sandhu, a communications coach and a leadership coach. She's an editor and certified John Maxwell leadership coach, a TEDx speaker, storyteller, and she has been awarded recently the most admired global Indian of 2021. And she specialized in curriculum design, team management, brand development, and comes with 2 decades of the educator and entrepreneur experience. And not only that, she is the founder of Give Back to the Community in part of Uttar Pradesh. We have some of the things which is going on. We will share details about that later part of it. So now, without much of this thing, I'll hand it over to Kirandeep to walk us through further on what she has got in stores first.
Oh my God, Ram, with that kind of introduction, it becomes kind of hard for anybody to deliver, because you put someone on that pedestal. So now, I want to also, if it will be possible for others to on their cameras, that would be wonderful. Sri Shadikant, Renukant, so Saroj, if you can, that would be wonderful. Coming to that whole question, where Ram missed out one element when he was talking about that, what is our vision? What is our mission? And he talked about the leadership card principle, and he said that we want to develop leaders. And as Saroj is here, and this is something that I believe in, and I want to make this conversation inclusive for all of us, is that leadership starts at home. It starts with us. It starts at home. And if we are able to lead ourselves and we are able to lead our homes, then only can we lead other people, we can lead our organizations, we can lead in the community, and we can lead in the nation. So that's one thing that I wanted to add on, that leadership, what is it? It's us leading ourselves. When Ram talked about that Kiran is this and Kiran is that, and she has been recently awarded as the most admired global Indian. She's the founder of the Give Back to the Community Foundation. Did it all start here? That's like the question. Many of us, we see people where they are now, but they don't know the journey that has gone behind. What made the person who they are? So let me just share with you a little bit. Let me share my screen and then from there take you forward. So yes, Ram has just shared with us that who I am. I recently gave my TEDx where I spoke about the mindset of the Wonder Woman. And I've been into curriculum design. I'm a leadership communication coach. But did it all start there? I've been educated for the last 20 years. But there were many times where there was a full stop. And I'm going to share those things with you because today I'm going to ask you that why are you attending this masterclass, which is on personal transformation? And before I ask you this question, that why are you here and why should someone invest in their personal transformation? Let me ask you this question, put it into the chat box, that are you happy? Yes or no? Let's put that in the chat box. Yes or no, are you happy? I want to see some answers. Yes, Renuka says yes. Excellent. Excellent. Yes, Saroj says yes.
Sorry,
Yes.
I missed the first part of the question. Are you happy on?
That's it. Generally, are you happy?
Okay.
That's the question. Avinash, you can unmute because, yeah. Okay, good. Now let me ask you the second question. Are you growing? You can put it into the chat box. No, Shrikant says no. Avinash says yes. Of course, absolutely good. Are you growing? Yes. Yes. Okay, of course. And now, the $1 million question. Are you making money? No. Yes. Yes. Avinash says yes. Okay. Yes. Any more questions, Renuka? Yes. Okay. Now let me ask you on a scale of 1 to 10. If you had to give yourself a ranking on 1 to 10 for are you happy, what would you give yourself? Give me a number. 8, 10, 7. Cool. And what else? 11. I love that. Yes, obviously, with all those acting classes, I know you're happy, making other people happy too, Saroj. So definitely an 11 goes for you. Are you growing? That's the next question. On a scale of 1 to 10, are you growing? Four. Till date 10. Avinash says 10. Are you growing till 10? Okay. Yes. Anybody else would like to add on? Yes. Renuka, I don't want a yes. I need a number. Saroj says 10. Yes, you're growing. Absolutely, you're growing. Phenomenally, Saroj, you are growing phenomenally. You are. Renuka says a 10. Now let's ask the next number. Are you making money? And on that scale, 1 to 10, because 10 is what you think that will give you financial freedom. Zero. It can't be 0. You're still having, I'm sure there's something that we are going, okay, if it's a 0, it's a good because then we really want to work with you. Renuka says 5, okay. 10 says Saroj, okay, you are making money and you're happy. Yes, but don't know the rating. Avinash says, okay. Now, that was when we broke these questions up. Now, let me ask you this question, that if you had to give yourself a personal number in your journey of life, keeping parameters such as happiness, growth, money, where it has to be all three aspects of them cumulatively, because what is happiness? It's a state of mind. What is growing? That's again a state of mind. How much money for someone, 500 rupees may be enough, and for someone, $1 million may not be enough. So keeping all these, what is that number that you can give yourself? Where are you in your life at this given point of time? And be honest, be super honest. 10, Saroj, definitely. I think that, Saroj, you should be taking over this class. Absolutely. You are amazing. You have grown. You are amazing. Avinash. Okay, 9. Okay. All right. So that's a good thing. We have a 7. We have a 10. We still have Renuka. Renuka, can you give me a number?
Already given. I was the first one to give.
Oh, sorry. Did I miss out? Oh, sorry. Renuka said a 5. So all
7. I said 7.
7. Sorry. Renuka 7, 10, 9. Other passive 0. Srikant says 0. Perfect. See, in life, we all have a number that we can give ourselves. Because when we give ourselves a number, we know where we stand and where we can grow. Now, if I feel that I'm already, it's such an example that if you think the glass is already full, like how Saroj has said, she's the number 10 on that. That means, is there space for her to add any more water into her vessel? That is her. That means you're complete. That means you don't have to grow anymore. It's everything has been done. But if you feel that there is some area where you could still add in some more water, because every time you add in water, it's going to add to your growth prospect. And that's why I'm going to share with all of you that how important it is to invest in your personal transformation journey. If I have to give myself a rating 2 years back, probably I would give myself a 4. Today, where do I see myself? Probably a 7. Now, why do I say, what has changed between 4 and 7? I'll share a short story about that. But before that, let me also say that John Maxwell says that there is something called the law of the lid. The law of the lid is basically the lid that you put on yourself. That means if you give yourself a 7, no matter what you do, it becomes very hard to exceed above that unless you do something about it. If you give yourself a 10, that means there's nothing more you can do about it. So whatever number you have given yourself, that becomes your lid unless you change something about it. And that happens when you start investing in yourself so that you can change the lid that you have capped on yourself. So why am I sharing with you today about personal transformation? As I said, 2 years back, was I happy? Probably on a scale of, and that was at the time of the pandemic, was I happy? 4. Was I growing? Probably a 2. Was I making money? 0. What has changed in 2 years? Am I happy? Today, I would give myself an 11 out of 10. Am I growing? I would give myself an 8 because I feel that I can learn every day even more. Am I making money? I would say a 7. That means there is potential for me to learn and grow and make more money in this process. Why are we talking about money? Why are we talking about money? We're talking about money because in this physical world, along with what is happiness, which is very subjective, what is growth? It's very subjective. Money is one thing which is very concrete. Either you bring home 5,000 or you bring in 5 lakhs. You know what that is, that difference between 5 lakhs and 5,000, right? Because happiness and growth is very subjective. Am I right there, guys? Yes or no? You can unmute. Yes?
Yes.
So money is subject, happiness and growth is subjective, but money is very concrete. We all know about it. So in my personal growth journey, I had certain barriers. When the pandemic happened, I started giving online classes, teaching people English. And that gave me immense happiness because I was helping people. I was helping them to grow, and that was making me happy. Was I making money? No. I wanted to do charity. I wanted to give back to the community. So hence I did not want to make money. Because for me, money is evil. Was evil. Today, by the end of this program, I'm going to be sharing with you that why should you be investing in the Leadership Card Personal Transformation Program? And I'm going to bluntly ask you to pay for this program. And you could say, oh my God, what did I get myself into? This woman wants money from us. So today, give me your time and let me take you on this journey that why you should invest in yourself. How can we break those barriers, those mindsets that we have created ourselves in? So when I was talking about me, teaching people, I was helping people in being empowered. I was teaching them, that was making me happy, but I was not making any money. And I was not making any money because I did not want to ask people for money, because for me, money or asking for money is evil, was evil. I just said I've changed. I'm asking for money at the end of this program. But what happened? I felt that when people ask for money, money is the cause of all evil. In that Hindi में जो बोलते हैं, पैसा हाथों की धूल है. जब मर्जी कमा सकते हो. You can earn money, you can waste money, you can spend money. And as a result, I was fortunate enough to be born in a family where I had enough money that I did not have the value of money. So everyone has a different perception about money. And I did not want to ask for money. And I realized, well, I had started teaching, empowering people, and I was not asking for money. But there's suddenly something happened. I started feeling not valued. I was making people happy. I was empowering people. But why was that little thing coming? I'm not feeling valued. Was money going to be a measure to my value? So here, I had to work on my mindset. We all have blockages in our mind about different things, and that's what we're going to be addressing today. We all have blockages in our mind, and I had to work on my mindset about one thing that I had fixated thoughts about, which was money. That's why I'm sharing it with you, that money is the cause of evil. When I flipped that over, and I said, well, if I earn money, how I spend that money is up to me. And if I want to use that money to help people, then at least I have that money to spend it on people. And that in the end resulted in me starting a foundation, which is called the Give Back to the Community Foundation, which is today supporting 65 students in rural India with the help of smartphones. So the goal was to bridge that technological gap so that we could teach them. Today, there are 25 teachers, all working voluntarily, giving their time to help these children. I'm not taking any money, but I had to ask money so that I could buy those smartphones to help these children so that they could study. But that was only possible once I changed my perception about money. Each one of us has blockages. Each one of us has certain fixated mindsets, perceptions about certain things. And today we are going to be looking at a few things. We're going to look at the 3F syndrome. We're going to look at what is ants, and we are going to look at what are the strategies to transform. I'm going to mute the person. Saroj, I'm going to mute you. Yeah, perfect. So what are we going to discuss? As I said, the 3F syndrome. Does anybody know what the 3F syndrome is? Can you put it into the chat box? We are talking about mindset. So what could be the 3F syndrome that every single person over here has and suffers from? Put it in the chat box. Let me see if you can address what stops you from making enough money, what stops you from feeling completely happy, and what stops you from growing in life. Fear. Very well. Freedom. Okay, good. Anything else you want to say? Avinash said fear. So you all have addressed the first one, the first syndrome that every human being suffers from is fear. Can you share with me some of those fears that you have which stop you from doing something, or stop you from growing, or from allowing you to take that promotion? Can you unmute and tell me? It's okay. We are less people. You can unmute. Just a few seconds. 1 or 2 points. What is it?
It may be
fear of one of the, I'll just say, sometime when I started my public speaking, I was thinking what someone else will think. That's a fear of saying something.
Of feeling judged. Absolutely. What did you want to say? Thank you, Ram, for adding.
Yeah, sorry. I was saying same in line with what Ram sir said. Fear of it's like when we are in a middle management, especially, we always have a fear of what. See, the one is the action what we do. For example, if I am in a domain of facilities, the work perspective, it may be right, but it is on a perception how I put it across, or how the management will accept that. So if there is a communication gap, what will happen? These kind of small fears, which I think I have said from that point of view.
Very good. Excellent. I'm writing it down. Fear of judgment, fear of communication. All these are fears that we are suffering from. Fear of rejection. Thank you, Bhausa, for adding on. Yes, these are serious fears. We are all grown-up adults, and we are still having these fears at the back end, which stop us from doing a lot of things in our life. Am I right on that? Yeah. So what could be the second FB? Failure. We all have failed at one time in our life or the other. It could be on any stage. Yes. And these past failures stop us from trying it again. Can someone share a failure that they have that still haunts them? I know it's not easy, but only if we want to work on this, we have to start sharing. Would anybody like to add the failure that they have had? My failure was that when I was in the 9th standard, I'm laughing today about it. My failure, when I was in the 9th standard, and I love to talk. I'm sure you can see I love talking, right? And all my teachers were equally convinced that I was a very good public speaker. I had just landed back from the US, And 2 days later, there was a competition, a debate happening. And without any preparation, they told me, Kiran, you are going to be presenting. You're going to be representing your house that day. I just was not ready. And my partner just did not want to do his job. And as a result, he did not even come that day for that debate competition. It was supposed to be in pairs. When I presented that day, I literally did not know how to organize my thoughts. I failed. I came last, and that humiliation, I paid a big price on it. Because when it came, I felt it was my birthright to be the head girl of the school. But that incident traumatized me to that extent that whenever I was asked to stand on stage and speak, I would go like to a level 1 and I couldn't speak, share, and I lost my chance to even be a prefect that year that I graduated. And today, many of you saw my introduction, that I'm a communication coach, I'm a TEDx speaker, which meant that failure which had haunted me for years and years, I had to overcome it to becoming what I am today. And the last part is forget. The third F is we forget who we are. Is it true? We let the environment decide who we are. What will people say? I need to succumb. I need to be in this mold. I need to be be that Sati Savitri Nari. I don't fit into it. I remember when I got married, my mother-in-law asked me to mop the floor. Not a good example for all the women here, but I'm still going to share it. She asked me to mop the floor. I had two choices that day. Today, should I listen to my mother-in-law and mop that floor and forget who I am? Forget my identity that I am that woman who never mops any floors? Or do it? I stuck. I know you might think she's a rebel, that she decided to tell her mother-in-law that day, 3 days after the marriage, that Mom, I will do everything else you want me to do, but I will not mop the floor. Because I did not want to lose or forget who I was. So here, again, it was a choice I had to make. The choice is always in our hand. Do we want to overcome these fears? Do we want to overcome these failures? Do we want to forget ourselves, or do we want to be there so that we can keep standing strong? Whether you as a housewife, as a manager, as a principal scientist, as a facilities manager, or as a grandmother. I'm sure when Saroj decided to go on stage, she had to overcome her fears of singing in public. There might have been failures, people saying, "Ye kya ga rahi hai?" But kar rahi thi, right? She did not want to forget herself or re-find herself. I'm sure when Bhau Saab, who is on a wheelchair, right, Bhau Saab, many times, do you have those fears? You have overcome those fears. Yes, you have, because every time that fear of judgment might be there, but you have used that and overcome it. What you just said, that fear of public speaking, the fear to be out there, to stand amongst your fellow leaders and share your voice to say that you and your thoughts matter, hence listen to me. Am I right on that, Bhausa? But you did have fears, which they are no longer there now, right?
Correct. I agree with you.
Yeah. So do we all suffer from the 3F syndrome? At one point of the time, we might be suffering from this. It's all there. So what do we do about it? Can someone, all of you, put it in the chat box, one self-limiting belief that you have about yourself? Now, let's be honest. We have some self-limiting beliefs. Can you just put it into the chat box? What could it be? That fear, that failure, the forget identity thing that we've just talked about. There has to be something that is stopping you sometimes. You can unmute or put it in there, whatever it is. Renuka, would you like to put it into the chat box, or would you want to tell me? Shrikant? Avinash, you want to tell us about one self-limiting belief that you have? Fear of
already fear of rejection is put by Baushab and fear of they.
Now, Renuka, what do you mean by fear of they?
They is like, mostly we all, I think like, what they will think, what they will tell and all that. And then now I am on the path of overcoming that.
Absolutely.
Telling that, it is not they, it is me. I have to.
I love that. Absolutely, Renuka, you are right on that, but we'll have to work on that me also. And I'm hoping that by the end of this workshop, you will have some more strategies to take back with you that are going to help you with either they or me, because me is also a problem.
You're right.
So you can't just say, like, for example, aise kar rahe ho, pointing at them, but three are pointing back at you. And sometimes we start blaming ourselves also. So we have to now find that balance between that whole shift, the paradigm shift that we're trying to create. Am I right, Renuka?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. Avinash, fear of others' perceptions, fear of rejection. Oh, so this is very good that today we will be addressing many of these things. For example, success. We have certain limiting thoughts about success. You can unmute yourself. Is there any misconception or limiting belief about your success? When I remember Shrikant saying something about it above in the chat, when he was talking about it, when he said that, he doesn't know how to rate himself, especially in the IT, monthly salary, other passive incomes is zero. And when he was talking about it, he also talked about it from the point of view that, what else did you say? No. Success. We all have a limiting belief that, can I become the head of that company? Can I be leading facilities internationally from that company that I am working for today? We question ourselves. Avinash, am I right on that?
Yes, agree.
Agreed. Okay. So when we look at that, we are always questioning ourselves on our own belief systems and our own potentials. Sure, Renuka, if you need anything that you need from related to this session, reach out to me and I will ask. Renuka, are you still there? She left already. Okay, that's fine. Okay. The other one is I can't. Do we always have this thing? I can't do something? Yes. Money. Do we have limiting beliefs about money? I just told you I had major ones. Do you have limiting beliefs about money? Yes, no. Avinash, you want to say something? Saroj, you want to say something about money? Money is good, money is bad, money is evil, money, paisa, ghar tod deta hai, blah, 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 or money is great and we should be asking for abundance in our life. I want that now.
Money is definitely required. It should be a legal money. If you ask me, money is definitely required for sufficient to lead a life. What I am sharing is personally my view. It can be different to others. What I say is, definitely I have come from a middle class, today also middle class. That's a different thing. But I'm very happy that whatever I make, it's illegal, and it keeps me successful, in the sense happy. And I will continue to do that, in the sense definitely money is required. If money is there, family basic needs are taken care, families kids education is taken care, I am sure definitely you can focus on your career, in the sense if there is a, so that you don't need to worry on a money front money front, so that success, you can focus on your career instead of that, if you have money.
Absolutely, which I told you, right? If you're not making money, then you can't be happy and you can't be growing because you're constantly thinking about money. That's another thing, right? But I will address your one part which you said here later. I'll just come to that later. But there's another one which is about your self-image. Do you have certain perceptions about your self-image? Saroj, do you have some thoughts about it? I think you look beautiful. You have to unmute.
Thank you for that comment. I am actually like my situation is different, Kiran. Like I don't want to, have more abundance. Is whatever I have got is enough. But as you said, aim should be giving back to society. I always think on those lines.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. But in certain things, in my life, I have come from scratch to abundance. Okay. Yeah. So, even if I want to share that money in some way, I want to contribute, but I don't know what, because another factor in this thing is my age. People have asked me to come and do some kind of sessions here and there, which it becomes difficult to go. And technology wise also, I'm not so much savvy, like to conduct webinar or something like that. Yesterday we conducted one though, but that was not only my effort, but slowly I can there, but there is uncertainty, like whether I'll be able to do it or not.
Mm-hmm. I like it. So it's very well shared. You have talked about it. You've addressed the question of uncertainty. You have also actually one self-doubt about yourself is about technology, right? You've added that part about that. It is making you feel, can I do it or not? That's questioning you, right? And then you have also put in the age factor. I think you are doing amazing for your age. I mean, that one you have to not even talk about that age factor, but you're doing amazing for your age. You have broken many barriers and you are actually out there and reaching it. So these are certain things that we have talked about. But Avinash, before I move forward, I do want to add one thing. And this is something that I very much believe in. And in fact, this happened with me 2 years back when I just shared with you about my story about I'm going to actually, sorry, Ram, I'm taking a few minutes, but I'm adding on to this part. That we are what we manifest, what we ask the universe. When I was saying that I didn't realize for years and years, like, why am I addressing this to you right now? You said, I want sufficient money so that my family is happy. And it should be legal means. Excellent. Thoughts are absolutely right. But the word sufficient is again left very vaguely. Right? It's very vague. And what is sufficient again? Because every time our benchmark of sufficient is going to keep increasing. It's like that rubber band, right? Your child might go to school, college, and blah, blah, blah. So I think how we ask or say those words subconsciously into the universe manifest. I used to say, I don't care about money. Kya chahiye? Paisa kya chahiye? Paisa is evil. Mujhe nahi chahiye. I don't want it. I don't want a car. Anybody would say, oh, you need a new car. I said, I don't want a new car. Oh, you want this? I don't want that. And whatever I said is what used to happen. And when I say, I want to now see myself there, I want to do that, I want this much for my company, this is where I want to take my company leadership card to the next level, this is the income that I want to generate, giving myself concrete numbers on how I want to create that impact. When I say sufficient, if you think that sufficient for you would be 2 lakh rupees per month, start saying it. I want to generate that much money, so that slowly your mind will make you work towards it and you will reach there. So always when I talked about the self part about it, be very careful of what we say, because the universe is listening to it. And there is an entire philosophy about the universe. I never believed in it. But today, what I envision is what I am reaping. And from there, 2 years back to where I am today, it's all because of the power of the universe. So I'm going to take you back to where we were. Am I making sense to you, Avinash?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So let's go forward and let's go into, so basically all of us are suffering from the baby elephant syndrome. Do you know about the baby elephant syndrome? Those 3 F's and those self-limiting beliefs that you have is because you are suffering from the baby elephant syndrome. Those fears, those failures, the forget, those self-limiting beliefs that can I learn technology or not? My age is too much today. Ram was doing bicep curls. My goodness me. I said, Ram, all the guys in this group who are younger to you, you're giving them complexes. Because you are breaking the mindset that a person of how Ram is should not be doing bicep curls. That's a mindset that people have. Right, Ram? Am I right on it?
That's right. Because another thing is, I know it all goes with the mindset. Here, I just wanted to, I've been following up the MELT, which I later part of it, I'll be giving a speech in MELT also. There, this Aparesh Acharya, he's 85 years plus. Till today, he's doing various exercises. Doctors have advised him not to get on a treadmill, not to do on all the thing. And he does all the thing, and there's nothing breaks. That is where, see, it's all your mindset. One of the things, if you think that I can't do it, but clearly I agree with you, the point, whatever you had said, how do you tune your mind? Because that doesn't know what is good, what is bad. Whatever you feed in.
Exactly, Ram, but at one point of time in life,
yes,
were you suffering from the baby elephant syndrome? I want to ask.
Yeah. That's right. Perfect. It is there. Not possible. I can't do it. And today, when I go there and give the speeches and all, it become so easy. I remember still in March 2020 when I was when I wanted to record my live, I went into one corner and fearing and kind of a thing and doing it. And that was there, thinking that I may not be able to do it. It is difficult to do it. It is difficult to compete with many people. All will happen. But one other thing is the mindset is put in right kind of a thing. You are able to do that. After that, it is possible. And
yep. So let me share with you that what are the 3 F's and how are you suffering from the baby elephant syndrome? But if you remember, when a baby elephant is born, the maho ties up his chains so that the baby elephant does not run away. But the elephant is the strongest mammal in the world. And as it grows, now no chain in the world can stop it from breaking it. And the maho doesn't even bother tying it anymore, but just leaves a chain on the legs of that elephant. And the elephant is conditioned, even though it is the mightiest and the strongest, feeling, remembering that when it was younger, there was something that there was a chain which could hold him back. And that stops that that elephant from walking away and staying near that pole. Each one of us have these fears, failures, and forget, which have become a part of our mind, which are stopping us from doing many things that we want to achieve in our life. Whether it is to make more money, whether it is about breaking our mindset about technology, about creating content, whether it's those webinars we want to create, whether we want to take up a position as the head facilities manager globally. These are things where one day maybe the boss said, "Tum nahi kar sakte, you can't do it, you're not good enough." All those things have actually stopped you from growing in life. Yes or no? Give me a nod. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So this is what I was talking about. That what are ants? Ants are those automatic negative thoughts that come to our mind. I won't get that promotion. My boss hates me. This project is beyond my capacity. I should not even bother doing it. Have you realized that many times when you're about to walk into your boss's room, your mind is already playing games with you? Yeah, what is he going to say? You've already done forecasting. There's actually a word called forecasting, where you've already decided what the conversation is going to be about, even though you have no clue what the conversation is going to be about. And many times it's those negative thoughts that come in your mind rather than positive thoughts. Yes or no? Am I right about that? Yes, Srikant says yes. Yes, because we are all human. We have been conditioned to think of the worst case scenario rather than the best possible solution. We're always thinking, I will never make friends. I will never be good at anything that people are putting me at. There are too many people applying for this job. I shouldn't even bother doing it. Or I might even say, what else can I won't be able to finish this project in time. Is there anything you want to add on? That what are some of those negative thoughts that come to your mind sometimes? Saroj, anything that comes to your mind, any self-negative thoughts? Have you realized it? Have you been aware of it? Because it's not possible that we are constantly in Buddha mode, where only Buddha is in peace and thinking of all those good stuff. We are constantly battling it. Every time I was going for my COVID test, I would be praying God. I was trying to visualize a negative and it kept on coming as positive. And I was like, why? Even while walking towards the hospital, I was saying, God, seriously, today let it be negative. But in my mind, I'm telling myself, I know it's going to be a positive. You know, that's the negative thought which was coming. It's a common thing. Am I right? So those are today, you have understood that what are ants. So we have looked at the 3F syndrome, we have looked at the baby elephant syndrome, and we have also addressed the ants. But there's no point of me telling you all these things, because in this workshop today, which was supposed to be 1 hour, I don't even know where my time is. My goodness, I need to be rushing it. I want to share with you some of the strategies that you can use to transform yourself. And because we are short of time, there are the behavior-focused strategies, we have the natural reward strategies, we have the constructive thought strategies, which will help you transform to a better version of yourself. But for today's workshop, I'm only going to be focusing on one of these, because the remaining things that we have will be covered in detail over the workshops that we are going to be talking about at the end of this program, because we want you to embark with us on this journey of personal transformation. And I'm not even going to say that you should invest. I will say you must invest. And let me share with you why. Because there is so much that we can share with you. We will be there with you to help you in this journey of personal growth. Because each one of us has gone through this journey. And each one of us has worked with other people to help them grow in their life. Because for me personally, I invest in people. And I know that they know that I am there for them. And Bhausap is definitely one person who has been attending all my workshops all the time. So today, let's look at the constructive thought strategies to be more positive. If you want to take a picture of it, that would be fine. I don't have a problem, but please don't circulate this content because this is it's intellectual property. We have worked a lot on it and we don't want our content, which you know that when you create content, you do not want your content to be circulated out there because it's your hard work. So here, the constructive thought strategies is about self-talk, about self-assurance, the compassion chair. It's about visualization, imagery of your success, examining beliefs and addressing those limiting beliefs. It's about the mindset. And today, what I have done throughout this session, I have led you through this question, just one aspect of the constructive thought strategies of examining our belief systems and looking at it from what is stopping us from growth. What is stopping us from being happy and what is stopping us from making enough money? What Avinash just said, that I want sufficient, that is again a mindset that he has created, that I want clean money, which is great. That is a good thing. I want sufficient. What does sufficient mean? Is it having a fixed mindset that sufficient? Or is he going to have a growth mindset towards money where he can bring and grow money in abundance in his life? And there is actually a process in which you do that. And all these processes which have been experienced firsthand, as I said with all of you, I had fixed mindsets. I had self-limiting beliefs about things. I had to work on a process to overcome that. And that's the journey that I want to share with you. Because we don't read all these books just for the heck of reading these books. We actually read these books so that we can learn from experiences and then implement them. And here, the strategies that we want to share with you are actionable strategies which immediately you can start implementing in your life from today itself. So today, let's look at just one. After this session also, I want you to list down all those self-limiting beliefs that you have about yourself. Think about it. You were not able to share it with me because we are in a class, but there would probably be more self-limiting beliefs that you had. What kind of mindset do you have? Do you have a fixed mindset? Do you have a growth mindset? What do you have? So although Carol Dweck talks about this, and there's a lot of research about it, you can read about it online, about the fixed mindset that people find challenges too hard. I remember when, as I shared with you in the 8th standard, when I couldn't stand up and give that speech, I developed a fixed mindset where I thought that I will never be able to speak. Because I felt that it was all going to be in vain. I was always going to fail. Then, when I became a teacher and a lecturer, I've developed again a fixed mindset because I thought I was the smartest of smart. I don't need feedback. Everybody's underneath me. I am the amazing, most educated, smartest person in the world. That was not being open. I was not open to feedback. I was fixated that I was the best. And that stopped me from growing. So in life, when we look at questions, when we look at situations, and there's a process that we put in place where you can shift our mindset, our thoughts from having fixed mindsets to growth mindset. And I'm not even going to stay with what Carol Dweck says, because there's more research done by other researchers about that certain aspects in life we may actually remain very fixed. For example, I want to earn clean money. That is a good thing. That's nothing bad about, but that's a fixed mindset. I'm going to earn clean money. That's a fixed mindset. Nothing wrong with it. But my desire for money should be in the growth mindset. Am I open to different avenues through which I want to grow, earn that money? That should definitely be from the growth mindset. Am I willing to look at challenges as obstacles or challenges as opportunities? People ask me, I'll just share another joke with you. I went to the beach yesterday. I was walking towards the seashore, and my children were laughing at me. Mommy, are you going to make another video? I said, about what? I said, no, you're going to look at the waves and say that, and link it to leadership. I'm like, so why? Why? Because here, everything gives me a thought. Everything gives me an opportunity to share. How we perceive. For many people, a wave is just a wave. But for other people who have an open mind, are able to see different conversations coming in those waves. I recently wrote a short little snippet on LinkedIn. If you get an opportunity, it's also about we want to reach up to this. We all want to go up in the clouds. And I got a very beautiful message from someone, a senior leader. He said, Kiran, I have many times gone on a plane and I've many times gone up in the clouds, but I've never seen the way you saw those clouds. I will share it with all of you later, what it was. So it's all about how we perceive things. Are we fixed in them or are we open in mind? So that's one aspect of it. Let me ask you some questions related to that. These are just very fundamental questions about developing the right mindset. But I want you to look at each question and then put next to, tell me in the chat box, do you think that statement is a growth mindset statement or a fixed mindset statement? Or let me just verbally ask you those questions without showing you those questions. Number one, the first question is that I am a lifelong learner. Growth mindset or fixed mindset?
Growth.
Growth mindset.
Growth mindset.
Wonderful. And I'm going to put it, okay. You have a certain level of talent and there isn't much you can do to change that. Growth or fixed mindset?
Fixed.
Fixed.
Okay. Oh, sorry. You can't change how intelligent you are. We all have a set level.
Fixed.
We can't change how intelligent we are. Actually, can we? Yeah. No, it's absolutely a fixed mindset. It's hard to keep learning new skills. I mean, this is an obvious one. It's a fixed mindset. Absolutely. This one I've answered it for you. You can always improve your ability even by small steps. Growth or fixed?
Growth mindset.
Growth.
Ooh. Even if you don't have the natural talent, you can increase your talent levels with dedicated practice.
Growth.
Exactly. So, how we perceive things, how we look at that, whether it is our body, whether it's about our communication. Avinash, I'm going to bring you back to that initial conversation when you said that one of my fears that I have is what I'm saying, what people will say about me. Let me put it back in that whole conversation about ants, that automatic negative thoughts. You do not know what people are thinking about you. You are making an assumption about what people are thinking about you. Am I right or not?
Right.
Exactly. So that brings me again to that question. Do you have a fixed mindset or growth mindset of how you judge yourself? We all are very compassionate. Are we all very compassionate? We want to give back to the community. Tell me, how many of us want to give back to the community, guys? Can I see hands raised? Yeah. We're very compassionate. We want to be kind. Do we want to be kind? Yes. Yeah. How many of us are actually kind to ourselves? Again, another article that I had written yesterday is that we are kind to the whole world. We want to be compassionate to the whole world. We want to give back to the whole world. What about you? And Renuka has left about they and me. For me, it's always me. And before I end today's session, I'm going to share with you something. Valentine's has just passed. And last year, I shared my greatest love story. And you'll say, what is this she talking about? And my greatest love story was, have you heard of a heron, which has the kasturi on it? It has the kasturi on it. And this heron, this deer, runs around that entire forest because it can smell something. And it's looking for that smell. And it can't find itself, not realizing that kasturi, that smell is coming from its own navel. And in the end, it dies looking for it. We all look all around, want to help the world. We want to do everything kindness. We want to be a good father, a good mother, a good grandfather. But what about yourself? So I said my greatest love story was with myself. Because if I love myself, and if I'm in the right mindset, where I am growing, not letting people judge me, criticize me, stop me, I don't question myself, and I am abundant, then I am growing. And when I'm growing, I am happy. And when I'm happy, I am in the process also making money. So I would say this growth journey has to start from you, because you have to invest in yourself. Because if you want to impact other people, that impact has to come from when you change your mindset towards yourself. With that, this was the first part of the session, which was about mindset. And I'm now going to introduce my partner, friend, Ram Ramakrishnan. Ram is also a TEDx speaker, also an author, a transformation coach, has been in the industry for over 4 decades, comes from people like Avinash who know him from facilities management. So with that, I'm going to hand over to the floor to Ram, who is going to be sharing with you a little bit about what he has gathered in this journey of leadership. Over to you, Ram.
I was on mute. Thank you, Kiran, for the wonderful session, and I'm sure it would have given some insights for people to look at, think differently. Definitely, I got few points. Every time we listen to someone, we always gather few new points. That is an important thing. And we had is it echoing?
No, it's okay, Ram. It's fine.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Right. So before I start, we had a testimonial to be shared by Bahu Saab. I thought maybe let him do here itself few lines. Why don't you, Bahu Saab, where you are there attending the session rather than playing your video? Just take a minute and just say about it. What did you are attending already the sessions? What?
Let me stop the sharing and put Bhausab in the spotlight. Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you, Kiran ma'am and Ram sir. I remember I joined leadership card team. My first module, it was module 2. I was initially reluctant on joining Kiran ma'am's leadership card. I was fearing whether they can accommodate me. How can I participate with different students? They are learning, speaking very effectively. I had that fear with me, and subsequently, Ram sir called me one day and asked what are those things which are putting limitations, barriers on me not to take action and joining their team. Then I told him most of the times I remain in the lab and I may not able to make assignments and videos. Then very softly and very easily Ram sir guided me. Don't worry about making of assignments and videos. If you could make one assignment per week, that would be sufficient. And this is how my mindset changed during that time. I decided to go ahead and join leadership card module 2. I was knowing leadership is needed me highly during that time, and I joined. During module 1, during module 2, I could understand different methods and learning tools needed for my growth, like effective communication, time management, priority management, change management, communicating with team. Those learnings enabled me to raise my interest of learning leadership, implementation, and practicing them in my organization for my professional growth. Subsequently, I joined Leadership Card Module 3, which enabled me to learn various techniques of leadership, like conflict management, negotiation, customer excellence, and so forth, team building, forming, storming, norming, and performing enabled me to set things, goal in my projects, in my organization, and those learnings certainly benefited me, not only me to come up from conflicts, but timely delivery of my project in the month of January. I am much thankful to Kiran ma'am, Ram sir, Ashish sir, and Devi sir for their wonderful sessions. They organize their sessions in such a way that based on their assignments, our assignments, they guide us and they bring in content in such a way that those contents are helping us in our professional as well as personal life, personal growth. And this is, I'm under way of their art module, and it is enabling me to decide my niche, my personal growth, to come up with my mindset of with niche and proper setting of goal, and what are the methods and tools to be learned to achieve those goals or that goal, and learning different things to be happy and grow myself, earn money with the heart module. That's all from my side. Over to you, Kiran ma'am and Ram.
Thank you. Thank you,
It's
Bausa,
wonderful.
for taking time. And it's always good to listen from the people who already experienced our sessions and other things. That is where I thought I'll do that. So thank you for the wonderful introduction, Kiran, once again.
Yes. So, so Ram is Yes, Ram.
Yeah. So another important element is we all talk about time. Today I see all of you are here from morning 11 to now. That itself shows you planned your time well. You are not having much of an issue of planning time, but at the same time, it's important. How do you look at? Is it time management or something else? We call this as. So I call this as priority management. So one other thing is time. I'll explain you what is the difference between you look at and time and priority, how that is going to really help you look at things differently so that you are effective in prioritizing why prioritizing is important rather than managing the time, right? So this here I would like to say this John Maxwell quote. He talks about time management is beyond our control and the clock keep ticking regardless of how we lead our life, right? You all hear 2 hours, you got certain inputs. There are people would have felt I'm busy, not able to make it and do that. Those inputs you are not getting it, definitely, that is there. Priority management is the answer to maximizing the time we have. See, there is something, if you do priority management part of it, that is what is going to help you maximize the time we have. That is the one is what we are going to look at. This is a very beautiful quote, which is given by John Maxwell. I liked it. I thought I'll share it with you on that. So here, let us start with a small exercise. After listening to Kiran's mindset session, I have to be generous. I would also be kind of a thing, no? Today, I'm feeling very generous, giving each one of you 100,000 rupees. What would you spend on it? Why? Can you just look at it and list it out quickly? Don't think too much. Saying that what is that comes to your mind immediately? Where do you spend if you have that money? Then why you spend that money?
Today, Ram's feeling very happy. He's been doing his biceps. He wants to give you some money. Come on, let's get the money from Ram. 100,000.
I wanted all of you can unmute and talk, or you can use the cards.
आधा पैसा तो community को गया वापस. I'm going to take
I wish I can get that much money.
I know, see?
No, you don't wish, you got that.
Visualize 100,000. That's it. Visualize the power of the mind, which I'm going to be talking about in the workshops. Yeah.
If you have in your hand, what you do?
What can you do?
Priority to you.
I will tell them to invest in leadership card, personal transformation programs. The rest they can use it for other programs. That's fine with me.
So Avinash, what do you do? What do you do?
On a lighter note, sir, actually my house renovation, in the sense how there is a there are few cracks in my house. Construction is done 4 years ago, so some of the crack filling is going on, and it's a spend around 1.5 lakh or 2 for repaint and this thing. So these are the money which I am spending now. So on a lighter note, it's an immediate I am paying now. So
great, that's good.
I'm sorry if it's
that's the money you want to visualize that money, so you can put it over there into the renovations, right?
Sure.
Yeah. That's good.
Roj, would you like to share? Where do you spend?
I'm sorry if it is too.
Yeah, it's correct. There's nothing, no right, wrong.
Again, do not say sorry.
Yeah.
That's the mindset session. Now, if there's no point of us going to that mindset session if you're going to still say sorry about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would like to first of all go and spend it on myself.
Yeah.
I'll go and get myself a good massage in a parlor, and part of it in shopping. Then I will spend little money in investment so that it can multiply. Then part of it I will donate as a gesture that I have got it from someone without expecting. That will be my priority. So
wonderful, wonderful.
Right. Great.
Thank you, Saroj. Avinash, you want to tell us again? Or Shrikant, you want to add it in the chat? Did he put it there? I didn't see it.
Yeah,
Oh,
quickly
accept
add.
Yeah, hi Ram sir and hi Kiran ma'am.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
if I get this 100K money, definitely half of the money I will spend it on myself, so that I can personally grow. Like as an I can personally grow by upgrading my skills, and I can invest in myself. And half of the amount I would like to spend on the NGOs or some other childrens who are suffering with the one-day meal also. They are not getting even one-day meal. Yeah.
Okay, excellent.
That's great. So, Bagsab is there. You want to share anything,
No,
Bagsab?
Bhav is just taking a 5 minutes break. He's going to the
No,
back.
no. Perfectly good. So, give back to the foundation. That is
No,
a good
because he
point.
said he wanted to give it to the children who are not getting food. So I said, give back. The foundation is also there.
Yeah, that is correct. Why we did this exercise is it's similar to this what you got. If you look at the time is something which is equally available to everyone. That is the one resource I think. It doesn't look at because it's Avinash, you give 26 hours, and because it's Ram, you get only 18 hours. Kiran, 24 hours, kind of a thing. 24 hours is something universally which is available to everyone. It all depends on your priorities. Basically, like for Avinash, it's a priority to get the house fixed. For me, I wanted to go out to the Himalayas, which is what I'm looking forward to. I will spend that money to making that trip, get into the Himalayas. For the other one, she was telling, the Saroj was telling to go and get that body massage, which is the first priority. That is where you go and start looking at it. So it becomes important, even that 24 hours of a time, what it is equally available. Once you lose it, you are not going to get back. That is where it becomes an important, how do you prioritize? So that is what we are going to look at. There are two concepts in that. One is you look at the clock. It keeps ticking. As John Maxwell said, it keeps ticking. You look at and you sit there, you don't do it anything. Also, clock is going to keep ticking. That's what is going to happen. Another one is compass. Like I'm sure all of you would have seen, always is shows the north direction, which will be there when you put it a compass. And there is, if you set kind of a thing, even today, you look at all the flights or various other things, and there are one point of a time, I went into a leadership training with when I was working in Wipro. They took us in the middle of the forest and they said some kind of a thing, this is the kind of a set this direction and reach back to our tents. And one of the thing is, it will accurately, if you set a direction, it will take you there. For that reason, it is important how we need to know how do we work on the campus like kind of a focus, not like the clock. Clock, if you look at, it gives efficiency. It helps you to schedule. It helps you to do the urgent things. There are few things which is there. You can do that. But the campus like a focus is going to be bring in a lot of effectiveness, your relationship, and you start focusing on the important things. What is important? Today we looked at in the money part of it itself. There are many things what is important to different people or different things are important. So you end up spending there. So like that, you need to look at, if you see, it represents your appointment, schedule, and activities, how you manage time. So it is not going to help how you manage your time. You just can have this appointment, you can have certain thing, watching movies, watching that, and all the thing you can start putting it. Even in diaries, when people write, sometime, to massage our kind of a happiness and other thing, we keep writing whatever we are already done it and we are going to do it. So that is not really going to help you, but you need to have your focus represent on your mission, direction, value. What is that your mission you have? What is that kind of a direction you wanted to go? And what is that value? What you feel matters the most, where you started spending time on that, then it becomes like a campus kind of a focus. For Avinash, if we take, it's going to be his career growth and career this thing, then you need to set that time and what are those activities which you do that is going to help you to take your career growth. Saroj, it may be, what is that you do, Saroj? Because she was telling me some acting and other. What is that you do actually? You are on mute.
In my personal life,
No, what is that you do as a profession, kind of a thing?
I'm a gynecologist. Now I'm retired since 7 years.
Okay. So what is that you do for currently?
Well, I was shuttling between India and Australia because I wanted to settle down, but still nothing is being settled.
Yes.
So because of my not being settled, I could not pursue any of my aims,
Yeah, you need to, you have to first focus on saying that.
Because you need focus. Yeah, because the focus is diverted, whether I'll be here or I'll be there, but I want to start some project to start in Australia or start in at home, it's still not settled.
Yeah, you need to do. You are talking about
then I'll just tell you my experience.
Yes.
I tried to do some work, voluntary work with my friend who is an NGO, and they have adopted a slum in India.
Yes.
So when I was in Australia, I was teaching as time passed. I was teaching conversational English to immigrants. So I asked my friend that I can teach them, the slum children, I can teach them English. So I bought books and everything from here, the way they teach here with the audio cassette, with proper pronunciation of the words. So I wanted to go there, go back to India and take all this what I was doing here. But the moment I went there, I was told that it will be difficult for you to commute from your home, this and that, So there are some times whether then you wonder what you should be doing, See, you want to help voluntarily. That is also like people want to hog on to the fame. They want all the fame to themselves, They don't want anybody else to come and take some this thing, So sometimes you wonder whether you should do charity or not,
Yeah, here I'm sure Kiran can add some more insight into that. What I know, the give back to the community where they started kind of a thing, wanting to do some of the smartphones to be given to the people. They had given 60 plus phones currently and working on more to give. See, one other thing is what you feel you wanted to do, you should start doing it, kind of a thing. And today, I remember Samitro addressing 1,000 people in the entire Uttar Pradesh, which is what over a period of time it has got into. They wanted looking at this work and invited him to address what is he doing it and how it is helping and other thing. That is what he did recently. That is the one you need to do. Another point which I wanted to give you when you were talking about that age, I recently met a person, his age at 85 years of an age. What he is doing it, was in US all the time. He was a retired professor in one of those medical colleges in US and other thing, and he was a dean and all other thing he has done. And he wanted to come back and settle in his own native near Anantapur. And at 85 years of an age, he started putting a biotechnology company in near Anantapur. That's what he is doing it. And I was looking at him. I said that when he can start doing it at 85 years of age, for me, it is nothing. I can do many more things. And he has got that vision. That is where it becomes important. And he already has built his company, the biotech company, which is almost 85% complete. I visited about 8-9 months back, and definitely he would have started his entire production and other thing by now. The age and all these things are just a number, and you focus on trying to get where you would like to clearly get that focus and start doing it. small. There are something like atomic habits people talk about. Start doing it, whatever you want to do. Even this Kiran and what we do as part of Kiran is doing it. It all started with 5 or 6 kind of the smartphones. And over a period of time, it's grown to 60. And today we see that it's growing into a big number. And people started giving that visibility, what it is required for that project. Already on its it's growing very well. So that is the thing. Basically, you need to decide on what exactly you wanted to do. What is some of those things important? Srikant, would you like to share what is that you feel is important to you?
I'm going to just take 1 second on Saroj's point. Saroj, you are talking about age. I'm going to take that as a self-limiting belief for you. Okay? सरोज मुझे देखो मैं आपको एक चीज बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग बताने वाली हूँ आज आप बोल रहे हो एज people are telling me you can't go here and there and do this and that. Look at my age. People say that Kiran, you do not look like a leadership coach. Why should we be listening to you? So each one of us is battling a challenge. The question is, are we going to allow them to decide our potential? I did not allow anyone to decide whether they will take me as a leadership communication coach, whether I should be an editor or a founder. At my age, how many people have started foundations which are now today creating a movement? So then that comes back to you. You have experience, you have age, you have so many things behind you. So now that age is the mindset which is becoming a mind block in your, so you need to be spending more time with me so we can work together on how we can actually go through this mindset issue where it's all about anything is possible. We need to break those barriers. And that comes back to when I started my journey of leadership communication coaching, and which Ram is addressing today about time management. I had to work on my priorities. What was going to make me be where I want to do? So that brings you back to Ram, that priority management, how I prioritized my goals, prioritized my skills, which needed to be accomplished, so that no matter what people said about me, they don't think I'm a leadership coach, I'm too glamorous, I look too good. That's their problem, not my problem. I am doing my job and I do it pretty well, and I know that.
Great. Thank you, Kiran, for adding that. So that is important. One other thing is you have to, when you get that kind of a focus on your effectiveness, relationship, and what is the important things based on your mission and direction and value. Deciding on those mission and direction, value, you need to work on it. And we also help as part of our course when people come in as part of the goal setting and other thing, we work on with them to see how they can have those clear direction so that they are able to work on the things what they would like to ultimately achieve and work on that. So I was asking Srikant whether he wanted to share anything. What is that you think is your goal, mission? What is that you are looking at?
Hi, Ram sir.
Yes.
Yeah, I am audible.
Yes.
Yes, you're audible.
Yeah, my name is Srikant Dasari. Currently, I'm working as an IT engineer in the IT field. I'm working in TCS. I have more than 10 years of experience.
Yes.
So I'm leading the team. So it like as in I'm leading the team and guiding the team. I'm doing my own independent work and also helping the team to complete the work. But I saw that even though I'm providing some kind of a process improvements and also innovation ideas, sometimes my boss will reject those kind of a things. So then I enter into the zone of a self-limiting belief. So I want to go into a growth mindset. It's like as a win-win situation.
Yes.
See, even though I'm doing a hard work and delivering the quality of the work to the clients, but sometimes what happens, they are expecting even more. See, I am doing my own work and even guiding the team. But apart from that, more than 9 hours also, they are expecting even more. How to work on Saturday, Sunday, more than 11 hours like that one. Their expectations are going beyond. Then I kept a one deadline that, okay, I will work up to 9 to 11 hours per day. And how much is possible for me, I will help the team. But apart from that, yeah, I have some self-limiting belief is that because of the office politics, and that was I was not going in my career to the next level. What I am in the current level, I'm not going. Suppose if I am in A level, I'm not going to the B level. That's the main point of suffering.
Yeah. One of the things that's where you all need to look at. One is finding out your goal, what you want to do. Then based on that, you allocating that, putting that campus kind of a focus on what you wanted to do, how you can get in there. Another thing, when we started this leadership, this thing also, Kiran added the point, what I missed, the leadership always starts with you. It is not that it is individual. One other thing, no? It is not that you are boss, it's not that anybody else. Leadership is always starts with you, and how do you look at and how do you take the things on it. So coming on to this, I just would like to introduce, thanks for sharing that, all of you, Avinash, Saroj, as well as the Srikant for that. It all starts with this 4D. Basically, first is desire. Have desire to manage your time. One of the things is you have to first build that desire of saying that I wanted to manage, I wanted to work on this. That is the first step. You need to start looking at it. Second comes in is decisiveness. Approach with the decisiveness. If you wanted to do, one of the things when I listened to Saroj, she still not decided. Where you're still listening to the people, what is that people are saying in and around. Even when I started the business and people say that business is not your cup of tea, it is not going to happen. It's all people will say. But you need to get in what is that niche you are having it. What is that you are, that is what another part of the course also we will teach to the people, saying that how do they identify their niche? How do they identify their personality traits? Based on that, how do you work on it? That is where your decisiveness to approach becomes very important. Then comes in the determination. It is not you put goals and other thing. How do you allocate within available time the major chunk of your time for your vision and mission? That is becomes an important thing. You need to have the determination to allocate the time and work on those activities. And the discipline. It's also important we follow that discipline. See, what we do is we started this year with certain kind of a thing in our group. When you join in with us, we not only work on this kind of areas where you wanted to do, we started the health goal. And you see, initially when we started putting in, there are about 40 odd people who are already working with us on various other areas. And when we told them, we saw that few people putting in. And today, early morning, what you see is everybody is on their health journey and health goal. And they started updating what is that they are doing it. The discipline, why we are doing it, some of this activity apart from this is, if you are doing it in one area in a very disciplined way, you are able to bring that discipline in all other areas, whatever you do it as well. So that is where we will also help them in various activities with that. We will help how you can get into that kind of a focus. So when you come in there, we'll help you with how do you get that kind of a 4Ds you can put in. Apart from that, there are certain things. There are various applications, various tools which is available. With that, you are able to put your scheduling, your activities, your prioritization, part of it for various goals you have. It's not only the one part of it, various goals you have, which is going to take you to the next level. These are all some of those things. The apps are available. And we will demonstrate to you how using this, how people have achieved. One of our mentor, the partner, Devesh, is there. He said that he will not even able to run 2 kilometers or 3 kilometers. Today, he is doing an half marathon and doing a cycling of 100 kilometers.
And Ram, the other one that I have to mention, which Srikant was talking about, when he talked about office politics, Ashish Datta, I would call him the king of conflict, and I'm the queen of conflict. We looked at office politics, and I wanted to clarify it for Saroj also, that what do we mean by office politics? Office says anything that is beyond you, right? What is our mindset which stops us from growing? But there are also forces around us which stop us from growing. And that is basically the external forces that are creating politics around us. So in this journey, we start off with this 3S, 3A program. Yesterday, Ashish and Devesh had covered that, where they looked into the 3A, 3S, which is the Ashish, the Superman program, which is about how to deal with all these conflicts that happen within ourselves. And the other thing I've also put it in the chat box is where when he says that when Srikanth was addressing that issue about about people putting so much load on you. I remember Sham, one of our students who is now, he's actually a general manager with State Bank of India, and he had the same issue that constantly he would be overloaded with work because he was just too kind. He did not know how to say no to people. And with this journey that we went on, the one thing that we worked on is being assertive, because sometimes being assertive is what you need to be able to say no. And there is a way of saying no also, but it has to be created through this process, because again, you're dealing with that mindset. Why could Sham not say no? Why could Sham not say no? It's not that he couldn't say, he's a manager, he can say no, but he still wasn't able to say no. So it came back to that mindset breakdown that we had to go through that journey, where he would first have to address it, and then using the communication skills, he was able to finally tell his bosses as well as juniors and subordinates no. So that is also a process that we go through. And obviously, because coming back to what Ram is talking about, only when you are able to say no can you prioritize. That means you value your own time and time of other people. And that comes back to, are you a priority? Do you self-love yourself? Are you investing in yourself? Because if you're going to take everyone's dump on your head, which means you are not growing. You are just overwhelmed by other people, that you have no time for yourself to do what you need to be doing. Am I right on that part?
Yes, that's correct.
And that is back to time management, because you have no respect for your own time. You are so busy saying yes to everybody. And that is office politics. That means politics that is external to you. One is battle with our own mind, and one is battle with other people. Ram.
That is where we take you through when you join in. Where do you spend your time on? Either it is the necessity where you spend your time, or you spend on focusing what is required, or where is your time is getting spent on distraction or the waste. How do you streamline and take you into the overall journey of your leadership, what you are looking forward to? That is what will get covered in detail in our workshops when you attend, which is normally we say 1.5 hours, it goes to 2 hours. And I will give you more details about what we are doing it on that. This is some of the sessions where we conducted and with our live audiences and the program, what we have been doing it. This is what I was to talk about on the priority management session. Now I'll ask Kiran to walk
Okay,
them.
so I'm sure many of you have seen and some don't know. I love having a lot of fun and love talking.
Yeah.
And those was us having a lot of fun with our batches that we have conducted. Bhausav has gone through it, and Saroj has probably seen me posting pictures of all the fun times that I do with a lot of my batches, because for me, learning is fun, and learning has to start with self. And in that reason, what I started with the beginning, that why should you be investing in your personal growth journey? Now, what we will be covering in the modules are something like, how do we do it? We have something called How Do You Grow? That is through the 3A, 3S program, which I just shared with you, which is all about how to manage yourself better. But it can only also be managed once you've done a SWOT analysis, which Ram normally goes through, because he's done these things. He's helped people through their SWOT journey so that they understand their own personal threats, opportunities, as well as growth possibilities. Goal setting, which is being done by Devesh. And he obviously is the right person to be sharing about goal setting, because I don't like to listen from people who have not gone through the journey. I'm that. I'm a very biased learner. I will only learn from people who I know will add value to my life, who have done it, who have achieved it, and have data to show कि yeah, वो कर सकते हैं. So goal setting is something that he has done very well. Goal setting, goal mapping, and goal achieving. And obviously for me, I'm working with people on their mindset because I believe that everything starts from here. Right? Then the other thing that we do is engaging, how to engage with people. Now, when I talk about that team dynamics, we can take a team dynamics. As I said, leadership starts from the home. Your own family members are your team members. Many times your spouses, your children, your siblings are your worst team members because they're criticizing you and they do not believe in your potential. So that's internally. But externally, in the organization, your own teams, your management, your senior management, your lower subordinates are people that you have to work with. And that's what we work on in team dynamics. So so you might think that this is a very leadership thing. Leadership, as I said, is from us. We are leading ourselves, and it starts from the home, as we talk about. Navigating numbers, numbers is very important. It's all about growing. As I said, how much you make, 5,000 या 5 lakh, number तो पता होना चाहिए. Tomorrow, contribution into community, I need my numbers because I have 65 children, which is a number. I need to support those 65 children and 20 teachers. That's a number. For that, how much money do I need? That's one aspect of it. If I look at leadership card, how many students do I need to be able to achieve my year-end targets? So people, I did not have financial literacy. And that is the reason I thought money was evil and sufficient was enough, because too much is bad. But now that I understand numbers better, I feel that financial literacy, understanding your numbers, actually gives you clarity on where you are and where you want to go. Change management is so important. Why? Because if you do not know what has brought you here, is not going to take you there. Where I was 2 years ago is not where I am today, and how I am today, I am not going to be 2 years from now. So how do you change? When to change are things that we talk about, share with you. And you need to change too, because you need to change your mindset about how you look at technology, how you look at numbers, how you look at people, your bosses, your subordinates. All of these, we have to address that change aspect of it. And diversity and inclusiveness. How do we work with cross-cultural customers, teams? Now here I can also add in, you might have a daughter-in-law who is Marathi, but you are a South Indian, for example. That's cross-cultural, right? Now, in order to make sure that you let your daughter-in-law survive in your South Indian culture, you have to be inclusive in your approach. That's one aspect of it. But you could also be working in MNCs, and that's why you need to understand, how do you stand out? You stand out when you become diverse in your thought process, inclusive in your approach. That's when you become a people leader, not just a positional leader. Customer excellence, absolutely. Everything is about excellence, whether it's the layout of the table that we create to the customer service that we deliver to other people. And then we have the heart program. How do we find our niche? People who are confused about this is something that Ram goes through a systematic process about how do you identify your niche? What is your niche? I look at, I'm sure many of you have seen my content. Who am I? I'm constantly asking these questions. Who am I? Who am I? लोग बोलेंगे इसको amnesia है, भूल जाती है, ये कौन है? But I have to ask this question. Who am I? Because if I don't know myself, how I'm going to let you know who I am? I have to have clarity in my thoughts about who I am. Where do I stand? What are my values? How can I contribute to the value of other people? And that is only possible if I know who I am. And this is something, again, back to how are you achieving your goals? Because we all set goals, but how are we achieving those goals? And how do you create your visibility? By creating your brand. Now you'll say, I don't want to be a brand. I want to be invisible. You don't want to be invisible. Because if you are invisible and you're looking from a promotion point of view, nobody's going to promote you because if you're invisible. Am I right on that? You can't be invisible. Invisible brand means that you are a team leader who stands out, because every time your bosses look for someone to get the damn job done, they look for you. And you want to be that person that is going to be on their checklist every single time. And we work through with you to find that thing. How do you visibly connect with people? So this is something that this is like a 4-step process. Currently, we are running all of them, Ram.
Yeah.
We also have the real-time partnership.
Yeah. See, we are running all this program. The module 1 is in progress, which is going to get completed now, and we will start again after some point of in March it will come. Whoever joins now currently, they will get into the module 2, wherein you get into team dynamics and priority management, and all the module 2 you will start with. Then you will end with the module 1. That is the way it is going to be. And these are the timings. What we had put in is also to make it convenient. People working in office and other thing, if they wanted to do on that time, 8 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. is what we are doing on Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday kind of a thing. The time, which might little bit changes when we make it, depending on the requirement and the team's requirement. Also, we will make some kind of a adjustment at a later date. And the module 3 covers is detailed. This is what the date and timing, what is there already in detail. Kiran has covered, talking about what it covers and what is that. We will deal with that in the sessions. This is what is module 3, and module 4 we expect by 13th of March to module complete. After that, we will start the module 1 for the next 1 week. Whoever decides to join today and start moving ahead with this journey. This is what the overall program schedule and other thing. Now coming to the thing, what you get when you come in there, there are going to be 4 sessions for each of the modules, 6 to 8 hours of live engagement per module. That is what you will get into. Then we'll also, some of the sessions, it goes beyond 2 hours also. We had seen, depending on participation of the people, another thing. Then we do the reflective journaling activity as per the module, whatever the exercises, what is required, we will help you to do that. And perspective sharing through video on the Facebook community. You become the member of our closed user Facebook community, wherein there are already a lot of videos, a lot of learning itself. It's like an university. It has got already a good amount of information which is available. You have free time, you can go through and learn from there. Otherwise, also it comes with the new session. There are perspective, you can share your perspective, and there are new topics every day. We talk on some new topics. That is also comes in. You can be part of that and do that. Weekly on every Thursday, we have 1 hour Q&A session, wherein you can come and share any questions you have on that day. Ask for it. We will clarify that. Apart from that, there are focused 2 people sharing their learning. How do they implement it? What is that they did? That is also happens in that session. So for participants signing up for all the 4 modules, we will organize a presentation at the end of all 4 modules which you go through, and we will have a kind of a session wherein we'll invite the guest speaker and we'll allow you to present this thing, and we'll also select the best presentation and award you. And one-to-one consultation also you will get. One of the coaches you can choose where you wanted to have a one-to-one consultation, which is also, we will do that. This is what you are going to get once you enroll for all the 4 programs. Now let me bring in, these are the modules. If you go to any market, any place you check, you will not get this course less than this kind of a pricing. How to grow each module, people are charging about 25,000 onwards, and that's what we have put as a lower cost of it. Looking at 1 lakh, it's what it's coming to. But we are not asking you to pay that. Even if you go outside, ask the people, they might say that all this thing is costing 1 lakh and pay 75,000 rupees as a kind of a fee. Even you would be surprised. We are not going to ask you to pay that kind of a money for enrolling with us. If you look at each of this module, we have put a pricing of 10,000 rupees. That is what it goes into the market, and wherein we charge, and we conducted this program for some of the corporates as well. It comes to 40,000 rupees. But since you already had spent 2 hours of your time with us and understanding this, we are not going to ask this module pricing as well from you. What is it we are going to offer you is the spot pricing of all the things put together. It will come 20,000. Since considering all the things, whether you have a choice, you look at one module by one module you wanted to do, which you have your option, you can do that. If you decide today on this end of this webinar now to pay, we are going to ask you to pay only for attending all the 4 modules 15,000 rupees. There also you can pay immediately a 5,000, and then before you attending the first session of your session, you can pay the balance before the next session, 3rd session, which you do it. That is the way you can do it as well. Otherwise, you decide to go on doing only one module, you can pay as a 5,000 and start with your module and start experiencing what is that you are going to get it from us. These are all the choices. This is what the kind of a thing, if you decided to make a payment, you can make payment of 5,000 rupees and start.
So that comes back to the law of the lid. How much are you willing to invest in yourself? I am looking at Bhausab. He's literally milking the cow. Why did I use the word milking the cow? He's enrolled in all the programs and he still decided to come for this master class also, because he knows that there will be some value that I will be adding or Ram will be adding in spite of all the programs that we are doing. Isn't that true?
For ease of it, I'm just putting it all the link into the
chat box
option also, wherein you can put the link and do it. I'll bring back in a minute this one, the PPT as well.
So we definitely would love to have you part of this journey with us. We already have people who are doing the full modules. We have people who are doing the hard module. So the question becomes that if you think you want to test the waters, then you want to start it with 5,000, which is one module. That's fine with us because you don't know us. Maybe you don't know me. You don't know Ram. You don't know whether we are going to make sense to you. Well, that's one aspect of it. But if you think that you're actually going to really benefit from this program and you want to pay for the entire thing, well, that's the other option. So and there's a 5,000 savings on that. So the question becomes, I had told you, did you find the session valuable? Did you think the 2 hours were well invested? Yes or no? Good takeaways, whether you join us or not, but will there be strategies that you are going to use today onwards on how to look at those things called ant method, which is your automatic thoughts that are coming? Are you suffering from those fears, failures, and forget? Are you prioritizing your time? Are you willing to learn about conflict management, how to have better relationship with people, how you want to change, how do you want to learn? So with all that, I am going to give you a pause so that you can make a decision. You would like to do with us one module or you would like to do with us all the modules. We'd love to have you.
While you think through on this, in case you have any questions related to this or any of the topic we covered today, feel free to ask
Yes.
questions.
Shrikant, Avinash, if there are any questions you want to ask, please ask questions if you need clarity.
No questions from my side.
Okay. Are you interested with us to join us and take this journey forward?
I will connect with Ram sir.
Sure. Thank you so much. Shrikant, how is it going? You were there yesterday also.
Yeah. Thanks, Kiran ma'am, and thanks, Ram sir. Yeah. Yeah, currently I'm busy with my current work and the deliverables, and I think this is like the financial year ending by the March 31st.
Yeah, we know. Yes.
In IT field, most of the people, like as an IT employees and the managers and everyone, they are busy with their deliverables and the financial freezing by the March 31st. I think we will get free by the new financial will be begin by the April 1st.
No
I
worries.
think from the May onwards, I think I will plan to attend this personal mastery session over there. I think the session is really useful for each and everyone. And I have two questions, if you don't mind. Can I ask this question?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So when I discussed this office politics, I am not commenting on all the bosses.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
I'm just commenting on only on some of the bosses. See, I'm good at communication. Most of the time I interact with the US clients and also the Europe. And also, yeah, whenever there is a work, definitely I will interact with each and everyone. My goal is like I have to complete my work, I have to guide the team, and I have to upgrade myself. I have to learn the new things so that I can do some kind of an R&D over there, so that I can get my visibility and yeah, I have to grow my career also in the IT field. That is my ambition. And apart from that one, yeah, definitely in the future also, I also would like to have a other passive income. I mean to say that, yeah, I may start even a communication, public speaking skill, or whatever it may be. That depend upon my niche over there. That's the one thing. So I'm not commenting on all the bosses, but sometimes I'm getting a self-limiting belief that even though it is an IT field or any other different field also, due to some bosses, I'm saying due to some bosses, our hard work and even though our smart work, whatever we are doing, R&D work also, if it is not recognized by the bosses or like as immediate supervisors, sometimes we will get demotivated or self-limit believe that, yeah, this is like as in some kind of office politics, or they are playing the games like that.
Oh, definitely. You know, Shrikant, all the bosses can't be good and all the employees can't be good too, right?
And my second question is, yeah, and during this presentation, yeah, I saw that, yeah, the money cannot buy some kind of a things like as a love, health, humanity, and some other things over there. But apart from that one, if we are measuring the growing, how we are growing and how we are reaching from A level to the B level, that can be measured in terms of a money only, frankly speaking. See, there is a two sides of a coin. One is like that our health and happy cannot be compared with the money, that I agree. But other side of the coin is like that money is like as a measuring point of our measuring point for us. I mean to say that measuring point for me, where I'm over there, I'm moving from A level to B level, or whether I'm getting a promotion, or like I said, growing my career in the IT field, or whatever it may be. So both are equally important, I am thinking.
Absolutely. So that's what I said, that growth and happiness is not, it doesn't have it's abstract, whereas money is concrete. And that is actually the clear measure of certain aspects of life, that are you growing, growing, because only when you're growing and you're making enough, that can you do for yourself, for your family, as well as for the community, hence you become happy. So there are definitely, that's a concrete, one is abstract and one is concrete. That was one aspect of it. So, but again, it also comes back to us, how we perceive certain things. And what we talked about it in this module was that it's all about the mindset and how we can certainly have limiting beliefs about it. And as we work on this module, we talk about it in my workshops, and how can we get over these self-limiting beliefs? How do we grow in our leadership journey so that we can lead ourselves, so we can lead others?
This all has been just adding a point to this. One of the things, if you look at Srikanth or Avinash, and one of the what we have done is based on our real life experience and examples, we have taken it. Theory, I'm sure all of you can get it. Today, the world is so small. You can desktop, you can get whatever knowledge, whatever it is required. But how you practically implement that is the people who have already gone through only can help and do that. That is an experience we bring in, all four of us from different field, different thing. That is the uniqueness we bring in to this leadership card. So that is where over already joined with us, and we are proud to have trained almost 500 people now as on date. Out of that, we've seen to the next trend. One other thing is if people have just would have ignored kind of a thing, few of them. Otherwise, whoever has taken it seriously had seen a real growth
transformation in their life. Absolutely, I agree on that. That like वो तो मैं कहते हैं ना कोई ठोक के बोल सकता है ना कि क्या impact हुआ है, मैं बोल सकती हूँ कि हाँ impact हुआ है, इतना तो मैं बोल सकती हूँ, right Bausa? So yes, those were any other questions, Srikanth? I mean, I didn't know whether there were questions or statements. I didn't understand.
Yeah, thank you, Kiran ma'am and Ram sir, for this wonderful session. Yeah, apart from the English, I think you're also communicating in Hindi. That's also fine. आप जो भी बोल रहे हैं या सही बोल रहे हैं सबके लिए, सबका भलाई चाहते हैं. That is also good.
Absolutely, I'm great.
Since we interact with most of the people across the world, definitely we will have a conversation through the English only. But in India, it's common that we will speak even in Hindi also. But during client meetings, we will spend most of the time in English only.
Absolutely, absolutely. But you remember, it is about being able to communicate with the people that you want to communicate with. So you have to speak in their language, and the language is not the language that is spoken, but it's the language that connects you with your audience. So it doesn't matter which language you speak in, it's the language that connects my heart, my thoughts with your heart, your thoughts. So with that, yes, do we have anything else we want to say? Srikanth, if you would like to join this journey later in after the next year's financial...
we can maybe I will talk to Srikanth.
Sure, definitely we will connect on the March.
Only I will make one statement that the price that you're getting today will not be given to you then. That I have to tell you upfront because this was the spot price for this week. But other than that, this journey is... We want to be on this mission of transforming leaders, and I believe that there is a lot that can be learned. And as we all want to make money, we all want to grow, we want to be happy, and that is the reason why this is making me happy, and that's why I'm spending my Sunday with all of you also. And similarly, you want to grow in life, and that's why you invested the last 2 hours with us. Always the tag of price can change. Bhausab has seen this tag of price changing every module, right? And he's decided when to pay because this woman is keeping increasing her prices every single time. So if she's saying now is the time. But that was it. That was all I wanted to share, that yes, we would love to have you part of it. And if whenever you're ready to join this journey, do reach to us. And
I given my mobile number also onto the chart. Anyway, Avinash knows my number. Srikanth, if you don't know, you can want to have a discussion, you can do that. And you can also refer your friends and anybody who may think will be useful to them.
Yeah, we do have an affiliate marketing thing also, that if you are part of it and you actually recommend your colleagues to be joining our programs, then you do get, Ram, what is it that we do?
Yeah, you will give a kind of a incentive coupon, which you can use it for the future training program.
Yes.
Another thing, that is what happens. So you can use those discount coupons as part of that and start doing it.
Okay.
Great.
Perfect.
Thank you all. Nice having you for all the 2 hours. And
thank you so much. And Bhausab, I will see you at 6 o'clock. See, you are spending the whole Sunday with me today.
Okay, bye.
Yeah, I will join in May month. Many thanks to Kiran ma'am and Ram sir for this wonderful session. I think might be the next sessions or some other information. I think I can find in the Speak and Grow family, the stage communication group. Am I right?
In which one, sorry?
Speak and Grow family, we have the stage communication group. No? I think you will get the when there will be a next session over there in the
So you basically I think you could join. You take that as an option, but I think the better option would also be the leadership card Facebook group, Facebook page. That should be where all our upcoming webinars and things will be also there. So that would be a better option for you to be checking out leadership card, Facebook and Instagram page, where all our things will be joining. Because you might miss out on the other platforms that are being publicized. Whereas on our page, it is definitely just our stuff.
But I got this session information from
Yes,
the
I know. You might have got it from there.
Information is there. It is also on our personal Facebook as well
that's
as
what I'm
on
saying.
the.
You might get it there, but you might actually get it on the other platforms also.
But ma'am, I have one question. Since see, I have not yet registered for this personal mastery class, so I think I will be allowed to join the Facebook VIP community group.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. That is the reason why I'm.
Facebook page you can join.
No, the Facebook page is only, there is an inner community which is called the Leadership Card Lab. That is only for those people who are already part of who have already paid and have joined the community. That's one. But what is the Facebook page, which is Leadership Card page? Ram, can you add in the page over here into the Facebook thing?
Yeah.
If you like that, that is where all our upcoming programs, our leadership talks, everything is publicized over there.
Yeah, definitely. I request to Ram sir, can you please share that in the chat?
Yeah, just put it into the chat. So that way you'll start finding everything. If you like that page, all upcoming webinars and everything will be shared over there. Because on other platforms, because there's so much content, you might end up missing.
Thanks to Kiran ma'am, and thanks to Ram sir.
Thanks, Kant.
I will share when we send a mail to you. In that, I will share the details. You can join it. Okay.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you all. Bye.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Bye. Happy Sunday.
Bye.
Happy Sunday. Bye bye.
Bye.
Happy Sunday. Yeah. Thank you. Thanks to everyone.